Good morning, ladies. I always feel like I'm using a proper cheesy voice every time I say that. But yeah, good morning. So I'm just going to share this in a couple of places and wait for a couple of people to hop on. So get comfy, get comfortable. I always do like a song as well at the beginning. Hi, lovely. I don't know why I get tempted to do this song. Like, hi Suzanne, it's been a while, how are you? Yeah, so I always feel like I need to sing when I start doing a live video, and I'm not really sure why. Anyway, so if you want your chance to win a hour's sales strategy session, go ahead and share this post, because everyone who shares it will be entered into a prize draw to win. There'll be 3 up for grabs, 1 for yesterday, 1 for today, and 1 for tomorrow. So I'm just going to share this video in a couple of places. So you go ahead and share it, and then we will get started. I know there's a couple of people who are catching the replay. So let us know in the comments below if you're on live. Hello Mark. Or if you're catching the replay, use like hashtag catching the replay. But we'll get started in a minute. Oh, I'm glad to hear that you're good. Yes, I'm very well, very well. I feel like I've come back to some normality after having my baby. She is so good. Absolute dream. Hi, Nikki. Okay, I know that there's one more place that I need to share this, but I just really don't remember where. I'm sure I'll remember later. And then I can do it there. There we go. Done. So, for your chance to win a free hours sales strategy session, go ahead and share this post and you'll be in for a chance to win it. So this week we are doing sales training all about, I have to get my notes up now because I always forget when I'm in the heat of the moment. Suzanne, your girls are beautiful. It's lovely to get back to a routine now. Yeah, thank you. They are, yeah, they're so good. But yeah, it's nice to feel like I'm back to some kind of normality. So day 1 yesterday was all about how to adopt a sales mindset, which is so important because when it comes to sales, we talked a lot about rejections and about keeping going and keeping motivated and how to keep ourselves motivated. So we covered a lot of that yesterday. So if you didn't catch it, go ahead, catch the replay. Today is day 2, and we are talking all about how to build a community that love you and want to buy from you. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about how to know what to sell and how to close sales. So all the days are going to overlap a little bit. We're going to talk about a bit of each thing in each session because it all makes complete sense to do that. But firstly, I know there's a couple of people who are on who don't necessarily know who I am and why even to listen to me when I'm talking about sales. So I'm Rebecca Lockwood. I'm a NLP, I forgot what I was then. I'm an NLP mindset sales coach. I'm a mindset sales coach. So I enable and help female entrepreneurs to build a sustainable, scalable business. Now, the reason why it's important to be sustainable and scalable is because quite often we see people talking about how much money they're making and how they've had 6-figure businesses, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. However, it's not always sustainable because, for example, if you're just selling one-to-one coaching and you don't have any other products, and you're sick, it's not sustainable. Okay, so I help female entrepreneurs build a sustainable, scalable business. So we do all things around that, mainly to do with sales mindset. So I have an 8-year sales career in corporate and running my own business. So I trained sales teams out in the field. I built a sales department within a startup telecoms company. I built a retention department within a startup telecoms company. And I've not only sold on the phone, online, by email, but also face-to-face, and any way you can possibly think of ways to sell. So that's who I am. And if anybody wants to talk to me about working with me one-to-one, please do reach out in the post above. If you share this, hi Diane, if you share this, you'll be in for a chance to win a 1-hour strategy session, but also there is a link up there to book a 30-minute free sales session with me as well. And we can also talk about working together one-to-one on that call if that's what you want. So today then, let's dive in and really get into the juicy stuff, because I love this subject, obviously, because it's what I do. It's my, what's the word to use? I can't think of my words today, so you'll have to bear with me. It's still too early. It's like my sweet spot. So it's my area of expertise. It's my zone of genius. That's what I was thinking of. My zone of genius is sales, mindset sales, NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. So today we are talking about how to build a community that love you and want to buy from you. So my community now has grown to about the 5,000 mark. So we've got about 5,000 female entrepreneurs across all of our channels within our community. So we've got our Facebook group, we've got I've got my email list where I've got my community, I've got Instagram and YouTube, and that's where I provide content for our network. So that's grown to about 5,000, just over 5,000 at the moment, and we hope to grow that a lot more as well, because we want to support as many female entrepreneurs as possible. Hi Jolene. So what I want to really get down to then is how to essentially generate leads into your business, and then provide them with things that will help them and give them the outcome that they want for their business, or whatever it is that you're selling, the transformation or the product or service that's going to help and support them. So today is a lot about lead generation and how to find them people and bring them into your community. So I'll talk a lot about building communities because I feel that building a community is the way forward. And whether that's on your Facebook group, whether it's on an email list, whether it's on Instagram, or whether it's on your Facebook page, you are still building a community. You're building a community of people who want to know, like, and trust you, and then you want to provide something that's going to support them. So a lot of people talk about putting out freebies and having like a call to action within the freebies. So what we can do, there are so many different channels on social media and online, but what I utilise and what I recommend utilising, and how the funnel for me it makes the most sense, is to have a call to action within like a free product or service, product or like download. So something that's really easy for you to create. Like, for example, this free part training series that we're doing around sales. So this is free, and this is generating leads into my business. And what happens is when people sign up to the replays, they'll then come on my email list, and I'll then provide people with like training, support, downloads, free resources that's going to support them to build a sustainable, scalable business. So I want you to think about, in your business, what would some sort of training or free resource be that would help your community have a small transformation that would help them with something they're working on. So using this context, this free 3-part training series will help you to adopt a sales mindset, because that's what we covered on day 1. It'll help you with ideas and ways to build a community, and then how to provide stuff that will help them get to know, like, and trust you. And then it'll also help you, day 3, which is what we'll be covering tomorrow, how to know what to sell and then how to close your sales. Okay, does that make sense? So let me know in the comments below, what is it that you can create in your business that would generate leads, that would help your audience and your community with small transformations, or resources that would help support them in some way that's related to your business. I've got my coffee. It's I know we've got women all over the world who jump on these lives, but it's 9:30 a.m. in the UK today, which isn't that early really, but it's my first coffee of the day, which is good, because usually it used to be like 6 a.m. Pushing it back. Reducing the coffee intake. So the platforms that I love and that you can utilise that don't trade time for money, that can generate tons of leads into your business, and we've got resources on this within our membership site as well, is Facebook groups. Facebook groups is humongous, and I must admit I get probably 80% of my leads and my clients through Facebook groups, through networking with people in Facebook groups, and through providing support and free resources to people in Facebook groups. When it comes to free resources, what I suggest is choosing 3 key things that can help people. So for example, it could be a video, like a webinar, or a 3-part video series, or even 5 parts. Some people do 5 parts. It could be a meditation, like a guided meditation. We've got guided meditations in our free resources, and that is we've got a couple actually. We've got motivation ones, we've got guided meditations, we've got how to, like, a 10k subliminal money guided meditation, and then it could also be like a downloadable. So it could be like a downloadable that helps someone become more productive, or it could be just something that's downloadable, like a checklist or an ebook, something like that. If you go to our link above in this video and go to my resources, it'll send you an email and it'll send you a link to all the resources. There's quite a few resources on there that'll give you a really good idea on what you can create in your own business. So once you've done that, we can then start connecting with people in Facebook groups. Like I said, Facebook groups has been a game changer. You can then connect with Pinterest. So Pinterest is also an absolutely amazing tool that once you have created your free resources, you can then put out pins on Pinterest and direct traffic back to your email list. You've got Instagram. You've got Instagram. Instagram's great. I absolutely love Instagram because I'm such a visual person. Instagram probably isn't one of the biggest platforms for me. However, I do use it just because I love it. You could do like a podcast. So we've got a podcast. If you go to the link above here, it'll send you an email and it'll give you a link to the podcast, where you can do like either have conversations with people on your podcast, or you can just speak about, your expertise and things that might interest your target audience. So tomorrow we're going to talk a lot about how to know what to create, and how to collect data to know what to create for your audience. But I'm going to start touching on it now because I do think it's really important when we're thinking about lead generation to understand and know like how we can find out what our audience actually want. So in Facebook groups, we'll use this one first. So in Facebook groups, some people don't have their own Facebook group and some people don't want it. I recommend having your own Facebook group because it's been such a powerful tool for me building my own community, and I know it's a powerful tool for other people building their own community as well. So in Facebook groups, if you've got your own Facebook group, there is an option to add questions upon people joining your group. So the questions that I ask are what I create all of my content from. So this is my research, and I have like at least 5 people a day who join my Facebook group. So that's 5 people every day who are telling me what their biggest challenge is. So my questions when people join are: 1, what's your biggest challenge in your business at the moment? 2, where did you find out about us? Because that's really important to know what's working and what's not working. And 3, if there was something that I could help you with, what would it be? And they really help, because what I do then is I collect that information and save it in a spreadsheet. And then when it comes to writing blogs, when it comes to doing podcasts, when it comes to creating free resources, when it comes to creating this training, that's what I'll go to, and I'll think, right, what is it that most people need help with, and how can I support them with that? And that's how I create my content. So that's one. If you don't have your own Facebook group, there is also other people's Facebook groups. So I recommend just writing a list of maybe like 3 to 5 really engaged, really active Facebook communities that have your target audience in them, and writing down like 3 to 5 keywords. So I know in my business, if people are talking about sales, lead generation, about closing sales, about feeling overwhelmed, about not knowing what steps to take next in the business, I know that them people, I can support them with the transformation. And so I'll take them keywords, and in Facebook, in the groups, there's an option to search. So in that search, just put them keywords in, and then look at what comes up, look at what the conversations people are having, look at what the challenges that people are having, and then just perhaps create a spreadsheet and copy and paste some of them, like the really parts of the conversation that will really help you. For example, the tone of voice that people are using, the language that people are using, the keywords, the words that people are using to describe certain things. A lot of the work that I do with my clients is around this kind of thing, and they'll use words to describe things that I don't really understand what they mean. I'm not their target audience, but even if I am the target audience and I don't understand what they mean, that's the reason why I don't understand what they mean is because I wouldn't necessarily use that word to describe what they're describing. I might use a different word. And so it's really important to understand and not just assume. You know, you need to do your research. Don't just assume that people are using the language that you're using. Go and do the research. Search in Facebook groups. You know, copy and paste little phrases that will really help you, and then literally take them phrases, and when you're creating like blog posts or your free resources, you can use them exact phrases to describe what you're saying. And you know when you're doing this right, because this has happened a couple of times to me when I've put content out and someone says, "Oh my God, Becky, it sounds like you're reading my mind." And I'm like, well, I am reading your mind because I copied and pasted your phrases. Literally. But like, it's just so helpful. And then people will engage more with you. People will feel like you're helping them with what they need help with. And you are. Like, you're giving them what they're asking for. And that's the most important thing. You're providing value, and you're providing as much value. And it's tailored value specifically to the people that are within your community. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments below. Let me know if it doesn't make sense, because I can elaborate on things if it doesn't make sense, and we can kind of go in a different direction if you're not following. But I do need to know if this is making sense, if you need me to elaborate, if you need me to go into anything in any more depth. Hi Jenny. Okay, so we talked about Facebook groups quite deeply. Let's move on to Pinterest. So I just love Pinterest. So I use Tailwind, which is like £15 a month. It's nothing. And Tailwind, you can schedule pins on Pinterest. Now, the reason why Pinterest is so fantastic is because I think like I must have like 100,000 views a month. Like, honestly, it's so powerful. Pinterest isn't usually classed as a social media platform. I don't really know whether it's more of a search engine than a social media platform. But what I do, this is how I utilize Pinterest, and this is what I recommend you. This is the easiest way, I think. So, and again, please do let me know in the comments below if you need me to elaborate on anything, if you need me to go into anything in more depth, because it's important to know that I'm tailoring this training to you. So Pinterest, I create my freebies, and then from freebies I'll use a tool such as Canva. So in Canva, hi Michaela, in Canva you can create pins. If you've not already got Canva, write it down. It's an amazing tool that you can use to create graphics for your website very easily. So once I've created my free resources, I'll then go into Canva and I'll create an attractive looking pin which will describe what my resource is. And then I'll go over to Pinterest and I'll maybe search what other people have done, search what other pins are looking like, and I'll have a look which are the best performing pins, and it'll tell you because there'll be a number at the bottom and it'll tell you how many times it's been repinned, and what are the keywords that then people have used in their description, which is what people are searching for, which is why it comes up. Okay, does that make sense? So then I'll create my pin, I'll make it look attractive, I'll create maybe 3 to 5 pins in a similar sort of style to the ones that are performing well, but that match my own branding. And then I'll use Tailwind to schedule them and link them back to the resources. Now, my links back always go to my email sign-up list because I want everyone on my email list. So I have my freebies, I want everyone to sign up to my email list and then go to my Facebook community from that, because that's where I'll nurture, that's where I'll provide support, and that's where I'll provide resources that are going to help with transformations or with something that you might be facing as a challenge in your business. I hope that makes sense. So once I've done that, I'll schedule them all on Tailwind, and then they just go out and they're done. Don't have to think about it. And like I said, I've not really been utilising Pinterest for the last couple of months because I've been preoccupied with a 5-month-old baby. However, I've still been getting between 39 and 100,000 viewers a month on my Pinterest profile. So the power of Pinterest is incredible, and if you utilise it fully to what it's capable of, then you're going to do so much more than that. I also use Pinterest for my blog posts, and within my blog posts, again, I'll take this information that I found out from Facebook groups and using them keywords and researching what people are asking for, and I'll create blog posts or live videos based on that and embed my live videos into a blog. And then what I'll do is I'll then again create the Pinterest pins and pin them to Pinterest, and they'll link to the blog rather than the email list. Now what I'll do in my blog is I'll add in call to action throughout the blog, which has got sign up to my email list or sign up to get these free resources, and then people will jump onto the email list. Okay, does that make sense? Let me know again in the comments below. For some reason, it doesn't always show me all the comments whilst I'm live, so I'll come back afterwards and reply to anyone who I can't see right now. Okay, so we've done Facebook groups, Pinterest. I'm looking over here at my notes to make sure I'm covering everything for you. I want to make this as valuable as possible for you. So let me know again in the comments below if it is valuable, if there's anything that you do that I've not mentioned that's working really well for you that might help other people as well, because that's really important. We're in this together. Jenny, do you find Pinterest works for services? Yeah, I am a service-based business, completely works for services, and it works for product-based businesses. The thing about Pinterest is it's just universal. I go to Pinterest for everything, and again, Pinterest also ranks real high in Google. So if someone's even just searching in Google, it's quite possible that you'll come up quite high in that ranking too, just from Pinterest. Jenny, any tips for LinkedIn? That's my biggest platform at the moment. I don't utilise LinkedIn, I'm not going to lie. I don't utilise LinkedIn, so I don't have any specific tips for LinkedIn. However, what I would suggest is if you are creating content and writing blogs, within your posts, always have call to actions and always lead with value. I think for every platform, if you lead with value and you always have a call to action, then you're going to get the results. Jenny, would Pinterest work to drive traffic to YouTube videos? Yeah, definitely. Of course it would. So what you would do is in Pinterest, you just have the pin which says, click here to watch my YouTube video, or just say something about the video, and then your URL in Pinterest would just be a YouTube link to your video. So yeah, I would completely do that. What I do with my YouTube videos is I embed them into my blogs, because I'd prefer to have people go to my website, because then I've got so much more resources on my website, and there's more call to actions to jump onto the email list and get the resources. So I have I upload to YouTube, and then I embed from YouTube into my blog, and then I'll create pins on Pinterest and send the pins to the blog. Does that make sense? So that's what I do, and then within that blog post I'll have call to actions to join the email list, call to actions to jump on the resources. So that's my strategy. So we've covered quite a lot then today, and I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. I've covered Facebook groups, we've covered Pinterest, and we've touched on podcasts and yeah, is there any other, I'm really interested to hear what other people do for lead generation. They work for me, and that's what's built me a community of over 5,000 people, 5,000 female entrepreneurs. Jenny says, I'm not sure how to embed into my blog. So are you on WordPress, Jenny? Let me know in the comments below. If you're on WordPress, so we work with WordPress and we offer website solutions on WordPress as well. Literally I upload to YouTube, and then we use the Divi Builder. But if you don't use the Divi Builder, you can still do it as well. So within the Divi Builder, there's an option to add a video, and I literally just copy the link that you'd share to anywhere on YouTube and put that into into your page on WordPress. If you don't have a Divi Builder, you can, and if you have any other website, you can upload to YouTube, and then when you press share in YouTube, there's an option to embed. So just click embed. I always make sure I've got, like, when you go to embed, you'll see it'll come up with a box, and it'll say like what are the controls that you want to show. So you just untick the ones that you don't want to show, copy and paste the code into your blog post, and that's it. That's done. Hi, Steph. So yeah, it's really straightforward. It's really simple. The main thing is to make sure you do your research to understand exactly what it is that your ideal clients want from you, and what you can provide, and what solutions you can provide for them to help with that. Create your free resources or blog posts or even podcast series based on the information that you've collected and the research that you've done to make sure that you're supporting your community and your ideal clients with what it is that they're wanting. And then you can use something like Pinterest. You can use YouTube to upload as well. And I just thought of another one then, and it just came to me, and I thought, I've got to share this with you. Something that worked massively for me. Hi, Kirsten. It's so nice to see you. Something that worked so well for me is within Facebook groups, and I can't believe I missed this one because it's such a biggie. So I feel like a kid in a candy shop. So Facebook groups. Oh, my chair's gone again. That happened yesterday, and it just like happened, and I didn't realise, and it proper scared me. I was laughing for ages. If you've not caught yesterday's replay, do catch it. Yesterday we were talking about how to adopt a sales mindset. So before I forget, Facebook groups. So I build my email list through Facebook groups. Now, within Facebook groups, quite often you've got, especially if the business focused, you've got days of the week where you can promote and share your free resources, your offers, your social media, and that kind of thing. And what you should do, and what I do, which has been such a big game changer in building my community, is sharing. Remember we spoke about them 3 key resources that'll work really well for you and your community. You can share a post within them groups, having a call to action for people to sign up to your email list to get them resources. So I have like a list of what days you can post in certain groups. So I like Monday and links to the group, Tuesday links to the group, Wednesday links to the group, and so on. And then on them days I'll post in them groups, providing value and support for the people who are my ideal clients. So I recommend doing that. That's been a massive game changer in my business, and I know it'll work for anyone who is an online service or product based business. So there are my tips today on how to build a community that love you and want to buy from you. So how to build a community, because you're doing lead generation, you'll put yourself out there, you're getting visible, you're getting seen online, and you're making sure it's tailored to the people that you want to work with. And they'll love you because you're making sure that you're doing the research, you're providing the free resources and the resources and support that they need. And they'll want to buy from you because, again, you're providing that. You're getting the like, know and trust factor because you're giving them something that's going to be valuable to them, and it's going to support them with what they need. Tomorrow is day 3. We're going to talk about how to know what to sell and how to close sales. So we kind of touched on quite deeply actually on how to know what to sell, but we'll talk a lot tomorrow about call to actions specifically and what avenues to go down to sell. So we'll probably talk about sales funnels. Sorry, a message just came up there and it distracted me. Sales funnels, online funnels, sales calls, selling by messenger. I bet I made notes about this before I forget. And selling by email. So we'll be talking about all of them things tomorrow, how to close sales, because that is the most important, although it's all important. So thanks so much for joining us today. If this was helpful, please do let us know in the comments below. Please don't forget to share this for your chance to win a 1-hour free sales strategy session. And there's also a link above to book a 30-minute free sales session as well. So go ahead and take advantage of that. If you're interested in working with me further, please do just send me a message, reach out, ask me anything you want. And if you're not already in our Facebook community or within our community, the link is above there, and there are so many resources on that link that it's unreal. So yeah, go ahead, make sure you join our community. We've got a community of over 5,000 women who are all building sustainable, scalable businesses, and it's an absolute pleasure to support you in any way I can. So if you're interested in working with me further, send me a message and we'll chat about that. And yeah, thanks so much for joining me, ladies. Have an amazing day. Rebecca, your sales mindset coach.